The rain had just started when Daniel pulled over, not because he wanted to, but because he saw a woman standing beside a stalled black sedan, hazard lights blinking like a quiet cry for help. Traffic rushed past her. No one slowed down, no one looked twice. Daniel glanced at the clock. He was already late to pick up his daughter from daycare. His hands were stained with grease from a long shift at the garage. His phone buzzed with another reminder of bills he hadn't paid yet. Still, he stopped, because that's the kind of man he was, and because somewhere deep inside, he still believed the world worked better when people didn't look away. He stepped out into the rain and raised a hand. "Car trouble?" he asked gently. The woman turned, designer coat, calm posture, tired eyes. "Yes," she said. "Engine just died." Daniel nodded, popped the hood, and began working without asking who she was or what she did for a living. He didn't notice the way she watched him, how her eyes lingered on his face like she was trying to place a memory that refused to stay buried. As he tightened a loose hose, she finally spoke. "Daniel." The sound of his name froze him. He looked up slowly, and in that moment the years fell away. Emily. The rain seemed to stop, or maybe his heart just started pounding too loudly to hear anything else. Emily Carter, his first love. The girl who once believed in him more than anyone. The one who left town chasing dreams while he stayed behind chasing survival. Now she stood in front of him, Emily Carter, the millionaire CEO whose face filled business magazines, whose company employed thousands, whose name carried weight. And here he was, a single dad in worn boots, fixing her car on the side of the road. "I can't believe it's you," she whispered. Neither could he. They stood there awkwardly as memories rushed in late. Night talks, broken promises, a goodbye that was never meant to be forever. Daniel cleared his throat and went back to work. "You're good to go," he said a minute later. "Loose connection. Happens." Emily reached for her purse. "Please, let me pay you." He shook his head. "No need, just helping someone out." She studied him, confused. "Daniel, this car alone costs more than most houses." He smiled softly. "Doesn't change the fact that you were stranded in the rain." Something in her expression broke. They talked for a few minutes, about life, about time, about the paths they never planned to take. She learned he had a daughter, that his wife had passed away, that he worked 2 jobs and still found time to be kind. Before she left, she asked, "Where do you work now?" He told her, casually, without expectation. The next morning, Daniel arrived at the garage to find chaos. Black SUV lined the street, men in suits, a crowd of confused coworkers, and there she was, Emily, standing beside the shop owner. She had bought the entire garage. Not to show off, not to rescue him, but to change his life. She kept every employee, raised wages, upgraded equipment, and offered Daniel something that made his knees weak. A leadership role, flexible hours, and a future where he didn't have to choose between work and his daughter. When he asked her why, she said simply, "Because you stopped, when no one else did." That night, Daniel tucked his daughter into bed and realized something powerful. Kindness doesn't always come back the way we expect. Sometimes it comes back as opportunity, sometimes as healing, sometimes as a second chance we never thought we deserved, and sometimes it reminds us that kindness still matters.